Hey boys and girls, we're moving on to lesson 12.4, which is just continuing to measure lengths in our math book. So we're on page 685 today. And it says to use cubes to measure the length and height of the poster and tell whether the poster is longer or taller and how we know. Well, if you remember from yesterday, I told you that this is what they mean by cubes. If you have them, great. If you don't, then you had to get creative and maybe use beads or Legos or blocks or paper clips, right? And it's very important that no matter what it is that you use them that they're all the same size, right? You don't want to use a little paper clip and a big paper clip. You either want all little or all big. So I'm going to use my paper clips to measure the line. Remember, you got to go from line to line of this little monster poster. And I see it's a little more over here, but it's almost 2. So I'm going to say it's about 2 long, or yep, 2 long. And then we're going to find out how tall it is. So we're going to line them up. I'm going to use the same thing that I use. And 2, and I need to add in another one. And it's about 3 tall. So it is, they want to know, is it longer? Longer or taller. So the poster is, the height is bigger, 3, the up and down. So the poster is taller than it is long, right? So you're just comparing the numbers after you measure them. Over on page 686, it's telling us that you can measure objects to compare lengths and order their lengths. So you can put them in their order from shortest to longest or longest to shortest. So this eraser is about 3 cubes long, and the markers is about 6 long in real life, not the pictures. The paintbrush is about 8 long. So then if you knew how long each thing was, then you could put them in order, because we have a 3, a 6, and an 8. And we know how to put the numbers 3, 6, and 8 in order. We know 3 is the smallest, so that would be the eraser. We know that 8's the biggest number, and that's the paintbrush. And all they did was use that information. So for number 1, and again, this one we're going to switch up a little. So it says to find the object in your classroom. Well, we can't exactly do that right now, unfortunately. So we're going to change that word classroom to house. And number 1 is bookshelf. So I'm sure most of you have a bookshelf in your house. You're going to find a bookshelf and you're going to measure how long it is. Okay, and put that number right in there. For number 2, it says desk. Well, that's not going to work. I don't have a desk at home like that, like our classroom desks. I do have a desk, though, that my computer's on. I could do that. Or you can choose another object of your choice. You can pick. And whatever you do, pick, you want to write it in here. And just cross out desk and say, okay, my TV is about this many paper clips long, or this many Legos long. And then they want you to take the 2 things that you measure, the bookshelf and the item of your choice, and you're going to write which one is longer. So I'd write the bookshelf is longer than my TV. Okay. On page 687, they have a calendar. So you should have a calendar somewhere in your house. You're going to measure how tall it is, the up and down. Okay. And then write how tall it is. And then you're going to do the same thing with your table and a chair that you have at home and a trash can that you have at home. And then you're going to take these 4 and put them in order from shortest to tallest. So whatever, 4, 5, 6, and 7, whatever has the smallest number is the shortest, would go here. Whatever has the biggest number would be the tallest. So you're just going to take the 4 numbers from these and put them in order, smallest to biggest. And then you're going to move on to page 688 and do some more practice. You're going to draw a line that is longer than 2 cubes, but shorter than 6 cubes. Well, if you're doing this with paper clips, cross them out, just write paper clips. Draw a line that's 2 longer than 2, but shorter than 6. So I just want to go a little bit longer, not too much, right? And then you're going to use the paper clips to measure how long you made it. So I made mine 3. I'm going to try to draw a picture of one. I'm not good at this. 3 paper clips long. All right, draw a tower that's taller than 3 cubes, but shorter than 6 cubes. So same thing. You can use your paper clips, just cross out the word cubes. So I want it to be taller than 3. But shorter than 6. So I just want to go, and I'm going to even run out of room here because my paper clips are big. So I want to make it taller than these ones, but not that much taller. Then you can measure how tall you did make it. I made mine about 4. Okay. For item number 9, which is right up here, it says, could you have more than one correct answer? And you absolutely could, because no matter how long this line is, if it's to be longer than 2 and shorter than 6, it could be 2. It could be 3, 4, or 5. Any of those are smaller than 6. So your answer for number 9 could have been anything. And number 12, measure the green line and write the number. So you can use whatever you're using to measure. Got my paper clips again for this one. Oh, they're stuck together. Yeah, it's about 3. So the green line is about 3 paper clips long. So use whatever you use. Just make sure that whatever it is that you are using, you are putting that in your book to tell me. Whether it's, like I said, that the Lego or the beads or other little blocks or little toys that you have that might all be the same size. And just make sure you put in what it is. Because if it says cubes, like that's not 4 cubes tall. That's 4 paper clips tall. So I'd have to make sure that I crossed out the cube and put paper clip if that's what I was using. All right. So have fun measuring.